What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of excellent duels for you guys to check out, including what could be the new future of Magispectors. We all know that they haven't really done anything during the Reigns era. They've pretty much fallen off the map. Ever since Master Rule 4, they can't really mass Pendulum Summon from the extra deck anymore. Also, the movement of the Pendulum Scales to the back row doesn't really help a deck that wants to play a bunch of trap cards, so kind of everything is lined up for them to be terrible. But hey, maybe this is the future of the deck. Maybe this is the new wave of the Magispector, I guess, like strategy, and you guys will see what that is. Playing against Predaplants, an interesting Lair of Darkness build. Toad's gonna get him a trap, that's Tempest, which is Solemn Strike, activates Majesty's Pegasus, and then he's going to go for the Yada. Basically, all these guys are just kind of like floaters. You normal summon them, special summon them, and then they search. Fair enough. And he actually got Magispector Sonics, which I'm not used to seeing people kind of play that card at all. Maybe like one copy, but I guess it'll do. Anyways, unfortunately, his opponent's going to pick up the Twin Twisters. He's going to try to snipe out that back row. Armory Call will be responded with, and this will get him an equip spell from his deck. So at least it's not completely terrible. He's going to get a equip spell. Okay, so now he's got United We Stand and Mage Power. This could be dangerous. His opponent's going to tribute 3 Lonefire Blossom, and by the way, this actually triggers the Lair of Darkness. Considering that the Lonefire Blossoms are all dark attribute on the field, he's going to get 3 tokens. I think that's pretty cool. He's going to just summon a couple of Predaplants attacking his opponent's monster, run over the Yada, and keep it moving. During the end phase, as I said before, he will get those 3 tokens. So now he's pretty much in like a good position because he has the Chimera Rafflesia. He's got the tokens to defend himself. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking bad, but his opponent's gonna get a little lucky. The Extravagance gets him 2 fresh cards, and those are both Magispector monsters that are live. He has the Scales, which he will set. He's gonna activate Armory Call, and he's like, yo, Cap, this guy's trying to defend himself with these little peeny ass tokens. Don't worry, I got a card specifically for this. Gets the Fairy Meteor Crush. Who's main decking this card in 2019? Seriously, this card obviously gives your monsters trample effect, and yeah, it's really good at running over little teeny tokens that are not Nibiru tokens. He's going to Pendulum Summon that Yada, and he's going to get himself another spell. And check out this cheese. He says, Cap, it's all come together. I have the 5 attack boost pieces of Exodia, and I'm going to activate all of them right now on my Bumbunku. He's going to go ahead and Mage Power it. Then activate United We Stand. Not 1, but 2 copies of Magispector Sonics. This guy's 12,000 attack. Oh, wait. No, actually, he's 24,000 attack. That is pretty damn scary, especially when he's going to get trample. If I'm not mistaken, Fairy Meteor Crush and Big Bang Shot do the same thing, but I think Big Bang Shot is actually better. I think Big Bang Shot gives you like 400 attack, but I think your monster gets banished when it leaves the field. Anyways, even though his monster can only do half damage, it doesn't matter. He's gonna run. He's just going to run straight through that token like a hot knife through butter, and that is a wrap, guys. Sometimes you summon these tokens and they're good as defenders. They're chump blockers, but then sometimes they can be used against you, and I mean, that probably doesn't feel good, right? Being one shot by a 25,000 attack Magispector monster, especially when this deck is basically dead in Master Rule 4, but hey, them be the break. Second duel is going to be something a little different, and it's going to feature zombies, also a little bit of a Lightsworn kind of mash, monster mash hybrid. There are some dangers in there. I know Asian Persuasion, Johnny Wynn, he just topped regionals with Lightsworn, and it was probably Tulsa, Oklahoma. That dude could top with anything. Just give him a fucking starter deck or a structure deck, and I feel like he'll top an event. And his opponent's going to go for kind of a mediocre play turn 1. I mean, he got a wolf, so that's at least nice. Sends Glow Bolt to the graveyard, but this isn't really a strong board. It has a bunch of monsters, but not like a lot of disruption. His opponent does open fairly decently. And zombies, you're obviously looking to get Baller Drock into the graveyard as quickly as possible. If you've got your zombie world, you're looking really strong in that position. He also has the potential of summoning a level 8. I wonder if, well, he could have summoned a level 8. I guess he just didn't want to put like stars on his guy, or levels, I should say. I think it might have been better maybe to go for like an Omega play here. You guys think it would have been maybe a little better to go for Omega? He could have put Necro World Banshee in the grave. I guess there wouldn't have have been that big of a benefit. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and attack with the Red Eyes Necro Zombie, and he's just going to bring back his Baller Drock. I actually feel like, seeing how Baller Drock would have came back anyways, I think he should have gotten a monster from his opponent's graveyard. I don't know which monster he should have gotten. Maybe, I guess if he would have gone for Orochi, he probably could have just chained it. Or no, wait, I think it's in a damage step, so I don't think he could have chained Orochi. Orochi probably would have been what I would have gone for. He's going to use Crackdown on the Curious, but now his opponent's trying to fight back. He's going to try to go for Michael, which will be hit with Solemn Strike, but since it is destroyed, its effect will activate, and he can try to gain some life points. He is going to attempt to use Baller Drock, but Breakthrough Skill in the graveyard. I love Breakthrough Skill so much. It is putting in that work, stopping his Disruption. That's double Disruption. Now he's going to go for Topologic Turbo, Topologic Zerovoros. I was going to say Topologic Trishbania, and he triggers it immediately. He tries to go for Unit Zombie to get him back in the game, but met by another Breakthrough Skill, and to add insult to injury, he says, Cap, I am not done cranking this damn thing's attack. He's going to activate that copy of the Gizmek Orochi, which we knew he already had in his graveyard, to give his guy a little more attack. And then check out the cheese top deck, guys. It's the beginning of the end. He's going to look at banishing even 5 more cards, and his opponent says, I'm out of here, Cap G. I am out of here. I'm not about to lose in this disgraceful manner to a Topologic Zerovoros. Every time I see someone summon this card, it automatically does work. Like, it almost always nukes the entire field and is somewhere between, I don't know, like 5 or somewhere between like 4 and 5,000. So yeah, every time I see this card, it is always doing like a whole bunch of damage. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the quick duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on the notification bell for daily videos. And actually, here's a quick look at the Magispector one-shot build. As you guys can see, it's definitely a lot different than what you're kind of used to with Magispectors. No Ties of the Brethren or any of that stuff. You got your Nibiru in here just in case you go second. I'm starting to see a lot of decks do that, just run like Nibiru and then kind of like nothing else. He is running the new God Phoenix Gearfried. This card is incredibly powerful, and with all of these equips, I think that it definitely makes sense. It gives them even more negation. Magispectors have always kind of specialized in monster negation, so it's kind of just like makes sense. It's just another way of being able to use that monster negation. So many equips in here as well, and then he is running the Pot of Extravagance because this deck really doesn't care about its extra deck. They don't have any Link monsters. They don't have any like extra deck cards that matter. Magispectors are not really fast enough to go for like, you know, Electromite Turbo or any of that nonsense. So Extravagance getting like more draws and having better opportunities to not just like lose everything in the early game if you can't get your skills set up just kind of makes sense. 2 copies of Majesty's Pegasus because this deck is not like, you don't want to be completely beholden to Pendulum summoning, so this is a way of normal summoning, getting a plus, and then trading that Magispector into another Magispector and getting a plus. And sometimes if you search out Bumbunku, then you can potentially get the other skill that you need and still have a monster, and then maybe be able to Pendulum summon, have 2 monsters and stuff like that. So you have an interesting build of Magispectors. I would imagine that this build doesn't grind very well, but when you're one-shotting your opponent with a 25,000 attack monster, who needs to grind?